Have you ever had this thought come out of nowhere? Who am I now? Not in a dramatic way, just quietly. Maybe while you're loading the dishwasher or driving home or standing in a quiet house at 3:15 in the afternoon. And then almost immediately you shut it down because you love your kids. You chose this life. You were all in. So feeling lost feels confusing and maybe a little wrong. If that question has been floating around in your head, nothing has gone wrong. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you missed your chance. It just means you're standing on the edge of a new chapter where you finally get to be part of the picture again. And that's pretty exciting. This conversation isn't about reinventing everything. It's about understanding why this feels the way it does and how to start coming back to yourself one small step at a time. Let's begin. We're going to be talking about 3 ways to rediscover yourself after the kids leave. Number 1, you didn't lose yourself, you focused on everyone else. Feeling lost doesn't mean you failed, it means you were all in. For years, your identity had a job. You were needed, you were depended on, you were useful. Remember those days after those after school hours when you had more places to take the kids than you possibly could? You figured it out with carpools and multitasking. I remember when my kids were in so many after school activities that I decided I can only go to home games. No more traveling because I had too many places to take all the kids. I'm sure you can relate. But what do you do now when no one needs you at 3:15? When that ends, that silence can feel scary. But it's not a problem, it's a pause. Say this clearly. Nothing has gone wrong. I'm just in transition. Okay, here's the take-home tip for this first suggestion. Write this on the top of your page. Before my life revolved around everyone else, I was someone who, no fixing, no pressure, one word counts. And I'll be giving you a hint. It might be hard to think about this. You've thought about everyone else for so long to think about something that you used to like to do or someone that you were might be kind of hard, but give it a thought. Okay, number 2, the quiet isn't empty, it's space. One of the things that I hear the most from women is how quiet the house is. If you reframe it, it's not empty, it's space. When the house gets quiet, your thoughts get loud. Instead of listening, most women stay busy. They scroll, they snack, or they numb it. Recently, I quit my job at my dental office so I could focus on life coaching. I did that. I was staying so busy. After my kids left, I had the job at the dental office and I was doing my life coaching. I was working weekends. I was working nights. Every day was full. So I hardly noticed that my kids had left. And I realized recently that I wasn't allowing that space, that quiet. And the life coaching is what lit me up. It's what I was excited about. It's what I wanted to pursue. So I made the jump and I quit my dental office job. I loved that job. I loved those people. I loved interacting with the people. But I filled my day so full that I couldn't have that space to see what's next, to just have that space and that quiet in my next chapter. The quiet isn't here to scare you. It's here to introduce you to yourself if you'll let it. So here's your take-home tip. Finish this sentence without editing yourself. If no one needed me, anything from me this weekend, I'd want to. The answer is not random, it's a clue. When is the last time you've actually had a weekend to yourself that you could pick whatever you wanted to do? It's kind of hard to think about, but take a moment and think, what would I do if I had Saturday all to myself? I could do whatever I wanted to do. All right, number 3, purpose isn't found all at once. It's built slowly. You don't wake up one day and suddenly know your purpose or become a different person. Have you seen the Saturday Night Live with Adam Sandler called Romano Tours? It's super funny. It's about an Italian tour guide and he's kind of doing like a little commercial. He says in the video, if you're not happy at home, you won't be happy in Italy. If you don't like hiking at home, you won't like hiking in Italy. You're the same person no matter where you take yourself. So who do you want to become? Who do you want to be? What is your purpose? You'll have to go watch it. It's really funny. But it kind of goes along with this. Your purpose grows when you follow what gives you energy. It's not going to change if you change locations, husbands, jobs, or whatever. It grows when you follow what gives you energy. Before you felt confident, before it makes sense, before you have it all figured out, if you start with what you desire. Desires are our roadmap for our best life. To find your purpose, you start with your desires. Do you choose your desire from fear? Does it feel heavy, burdensome, or pressure? Or from trust and love? Does it feel light, free, fun? This is going to be fun. Put me in, coach. Listen for which one it is that you are desiring or spending your time doing. Dan Sullivan has a book called Wanting What You Want. And that's what he says in the book. It's the best reason to want something is just because you want it. You don't even have to have a reason, but your subconscious, your brain, your life is telling you what you want. So the first step is, what do you want? What do you desire? This is hard for a lot of women who have put family first for so many years. I recently asked a woman what her favorite kind of ice cream was. And she said, if I remember correctly, it was Rocky Road. I asked her, tell me more about that. She said, it's just been a while since I bought something just for myself. My son has peanut allergies, so I don't tend to buy it. I tend to mainly buy everything else instead of for myself. So let me give you some examples of what might light you up, what you might desire or want. Where does that desire come from? It's God-given. It's influenced by socialization or our experiences. But really, we just get to choose what we want. So let me give you some examples of what you might want, what you might desire. Volunteering one morning a week. Is there some place you felt driven to or like the cause of it? Another idea, revisiting an old hobby. I feel so alive outdoors and chatting with women. So I found an outdoor women's group and I joined it, and I go hiking, rappelling. We go kayaking to waterfalls. What is an old hobby that you've put on hold and would like to revisit? Is it painting, reading, quilting, sewing, hiking, baking, planning parties? Those are some ideas. Now, another idea is just saying yes to something small and imperfect. Finding your purpose sometimes feels heavy. That term, I got to find my purpose. A big thing that we can get wrong. So I don't like to use that phrase, but let me ask you this. If you feel resentful, like life's not fair, overwhelmed, bored, stressed, like there's no fun in what you're doing, then what you're doing is obligation based. I invite you to choose to live more fully in your purpose, creating fulfillment and contribution in the world. What are you curious about, interested in? When do you feel like your best version of yourself? If I could wave a magic wand and remove all obstacles, what would you do? What kind of activities do you enjoy? You don't even have to go after them, but it will open your mind to possibilities and ideas to help you discover things you might like and your purpose. Take home action. Pick one thing that makes you feel alive. Remember, is it trust and love? Does it light you up? Feel free, fun? Makes you want to say, put me in, coach. Commit to it this week. No pressure, just showing up. Pick one takeaway we talked about today to help you rediscover your identity and purpose. I want to leave you with this. If you're in this season of thinking, I should have this all figured out by now, you don't. This chapter doesn't come with a roadmap. It comes with space. And space can feel uncomfortable before it feels freeing. You didn't lose yourself. You invested yourself. And now for the first time in a long time, you get to ask, what do I want to build with these years ahead? Start small, start honest, one quiet answer, one tiny yes, one thing that feels a little alive. Put me in, coach. And if all you do this week is notice yourself again, that counts. This isn't the end of your story. It's the first chapter where you get to show up as more than just needed. You get to show up as you. I would love to hear how it goes. Thanks for being here today. I'll see you next week. If this felt familiar, you're not alone. I created a short quiz, Who Am I, after the kids leave. It helps you name what actually is going on for you in this season and what you might need next. You'll find the link in the description. And if you want more conversations like this, you could subscribe. I'm here every week.